Welcome back to Willis Ness, the podcast where we rank every Super Nintendo game against itself until we get through the whole Super Nintendo library. We are on Season 7, Episode 5, which is how many games will this be ranked, Josh?
75.
So we don't get to choose our games. We spin a randomizer wheel and let that choose the game for us. So we liveth by the wheel.
Doth by the wheel.
Doth by the wheel. So this week, Josh, we got kind of a strange name, in my opinion. Tecmo Super NBA Basketball.
Yep.
So I kind of feel like Tecmo wants to put Tecmo in it, but then in the classic Super Nintendo naming, I feel like you got to throw Super Nintendo in there.
Yep.
Which there is a Tecmo NBA Basketball on NES, so it does make a little more sense.
Yeah, you got to throw that Super. But you think it'd be Super Tecmo NBA Basketball. That's me personally.
Well, yeah. Anyways, if you want me to read the back of the box, get you fired up for this thing.
Let's get me fired up for it.
All right, Tecmo Super NBA Basketball. Are you ready to take your favorite NBA team to the NBA Finals? In Tecmo Super NBA Basketball, you're in total control. It's the most complete basketball game ever created for the Super NES. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you control the plays, the players, the offense, the defense, and the bench. Whether you want to play a single game or an entire season, only Tecmo Super NBA Basketball delivers real NBA action. And so there's a bunch of bullet points.
Okay.
1 or 2 player action, up to 27 player competition, all 27 NBA teams, roster of over 320 real players, full court 5-on-5 action, team and player stats, programmable win-loss record, regular, reduced, or short season, call offensive plays, timeouts and overtimes, substitution and injuries, steal blocks and penalties, digitized speech and cinema screens, and a battery backup for Season Saver. Now, one thing that's kind of funny that I notice here, Josh, is when we're talking about a licensed game, you got Tecmo with the trademark, NBA with the trademark, basketball with trademark, NBA, and it's just like you can't even read through here without seeing all
like a copyright or a trademark emblem. That's funny.
But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do.
You do it.
So, this game was released in North America on March 1993, Josh, which, if I'm thinking correctly, I was probably in about 6th grade. Yes, that's what we'll say.
I was 3 years old.
You old or young fuck. So, obviously, it was published by Tecmo, which is infamously known when you're mentioning sports game, is Tecmo Bowl or Tecmo Super Bowl. So that's the part. It was like maybe you could have called it like Tecmo Super Basketball, but then you're paying for the NBA. Yeah. So what are you gonna call it? Tecmo Super Hoops? I don't know, something. Tecmo Super Ball. It don't sound right. So I guess that's how you end up with the fucked up name. They probably just said, "Fuck it, let's go with it."
Not gonna lie, if they called it Tecmo Super Hoops, that'd have been great.
It was developed by Sculpted Software, which is now acclaimed, so we've played some Sculpted Software games. But as far as Tecmo, when you think Tecmo Bowl and all that. I know there is a Tecmo Secret of the Stars or something like that, I believe, on Super Nintendo. But they got other games that you should know, like Fatal Frame. I know that was a PS2.
Yep.
PS1, Monster Rancher.
Yep, love that game.
Rygar, Dead or Alive, and Ninja Gaiden.
I love
Gaiden, whatever.
Ninja Gaiden. Love them too.
So them are all Tecmo games. I guess to go into the plot of the game is there's not really a plot other than
it's basketball.
You're playing as your basketball team trying to navigate through a season, an all-star game, an exhibition, and trying to win a championship, which is the goal of every NBA team.
Pretty much.
I mean, you might say make money. But, when this game was in play, money, even though it was a lot of money to us growing up, it's nothing now. let me see. This might be more like fun facts, but I feel like maybe the rosters from this, even though it was in the 92-93 season when it was released, was from 1991 and 92. So, it wasn't uncommon to be $1 million contract, but I don't think every player league minimum was not going to be $1 million.
Jordan might have had it. Maybe.
Yeah. Jordan was definitely making
Barkley, maybe?
I'm sure probably your Jordan, your Barkley, your Malones, and all that was probably making that money. But you had to be, in my opinion, a superstar to be raking in the big money. I'd say league minimum was probably, $300,000-$400,000 at that time if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, I've lost my sheet here. So with all that being said, there ain't a whole lot of build up into it other than you're trying to win basketball games. So I
you
guess
bounce an orange ball down the court and throw it in a hoop.
So we will, I guess, jump in to make it and break it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to put the first make it out there.
It follows the rules of basketball.
Follows the fundamental rules of basketball. So there's nothing crazy here. This is kind of like NBA Live 95. It's basketball. 2-point shots, 3-point shots, fouls, out of bounds, tip off,
dunking.
Overtime, dunking, everything. And essentially, I know there's some things that have changed, but essentially basketball hasn't it probably has fundamentally changed the least.
Yeah.
Even though, you've got now you got the freedom of movement and stuff that kind of tears the game apart. But, they don't change anything with the shooting, the free throws. That stuff that you learned when you were in grade school.
Dribbling, double dribble.
Yes.
You learned the fundamentals.
When you learned that in gym class, you essentially could go play basketball with, you might not be any good like me. I suck at fucking basketball. But, you could go to a gym and play with people and understand what's happening.
Yeah.
So another thing I liked about it, Josh, is even from the start, everything was familiar. You had the rabbit rolling in there on the Tecmo logo.
Yep.
The menus of it looked like Tecmo Bowl. Definitely a Tecmo game, and it's not that I'm a Tecmo fanboy. I don't know who doesn't like Tecmo Bowl or Tecmo Super Bowl.
Those are fun games, man.
I associate those as being fun. So when I see the
Tecmo logo and the little rabbit,
and even the menus, the way the menu is like, this is going to be a fun game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Probably another low-hanging fruit is it's a licensed game. You're playing with the actual players, so
yeah,
you ain't having to figure out. Sometimes they'll say, if it's, I know everybody knows Jordan's 23, but if it's not licensed, they'll normally just say 23 or 33 or 45. And you know what? Growing up, I watched it casually and I enjoyed it during playoffs, but I don't know their fucking numbers. So, I don't want to have to. You couldn't just look them up. You'd have to pull up an old sports card and try to figure out who wore that number. So, it is nice that it says Pippen or Paxton.
Yeah, number 23, Will Howard.
Yeah, and so then. Even the point of some of the old teams, there's teams that aren't in the league anymore, like Seattle Supersonics. They are no longer in the league.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So you've got Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, and some of it's kind of nostalgic to me because I collected sports cards, and some of these were really good players back in the day, and whether we. Even some of the Knicks, I didn't care for a lot of the Knicks teams, but just to see Patrick Ewing and all that in this game was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Another thing that is familiar to Tecmo Bowl is, you get your little cutscenes.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Now, probably a bit much, but...
Boy, at the time, they were great.
Well, when you get a ball blocked, there is literally just a hand slapping a basketball.
Yep.
If you shoot a 3-pointer, I guess if you time it right, because it only happened to once or twice, I couldn't really duplicate it. Is it would just show a guy rising up shooting, and it would go in. You had halftime. You got your cheerleaders.
Those pixelated things.
And but that's very Tecmo Bowl. Now, in my opinion, the football Tecmo Bowl has better animations. They're a little more well thought out. And I don't know. I like the football ones better. That's brought me into something I've forgotten the break it I need to add. So I did like too that at the end of the quarter it would literally give you the countdown from 10 seconds.
Yeah, I did too.
So nice. That whole time, whether you're taking a good shot or a bad shot, at least you know shoot the damn thing.
Yep, you got 10 seconds to get rid of it.
I only got a couple more, Josh. I put it in the make it. The way the ball bounced around the rim kind of reminded me of NBA Jam style. Yeah. Which I guess I kind of like, but, I ain't gonna lie, I was really bad at this fucking game. I don't know that you can be really good at it.
I was terrible at it. For me, I loved everything. The sound effects weren't bad. I liked all that. I did like the cut scenes. The Tecmo rabbit was always an iconic thing to see. Again, you mentioned license. It was a licensed game because we got the actual players. We got to use our likeness. I will disagree with some of the stats on there, but that's just me personally.
What do you mean with the stats?
So one of my favorite basketball players was Larry Bird. And his shooting capabilities were less than, they were smaller on the scale versus Jordan's, which would make sense, I guess, to a point. But you could go up, his was the highest shooting on the Boston team. But if you went up to other teams, his shooting was lower than a lot of the averages, which didn't make sense to me because Larry Bird was known for his shooting prowess.
Well, and I'm not defending it because I didn't go into as deep a dive to compare some of the players, but, Larry was on the end of his career.
Yeah,
so,
he was on his decline.
Let me see when it was that. So it was 92-93 season, even though they used 91-92.
Yeah. Another thing was the controllers were fine with me on my emulator. They weren't too terrible.
Yeah, and I'm not going to beat it up. I'm not going to put it in break it of the time you pick up the ball and you shoot it the full length of the court. Because that happens on any fucking basketball team.
Yeah,
you're either trying to steal it or you're trying to damn block it. Next thing you know, you just sling the son of a bitch. I did not continue to try, but I was like, it'd be cool to say I hit a half court shot or a full court shot. Yeah. I did not.
No, I didn't either. But yeah, besides that,
Larry Bird retired in 1992, so this was literally his last year.
Okay, that makes sense, but yeah, that just was a little bit for me. Like I said, I did compare some of the stats. Of course, whenever you look at it, Jordan's stats were almost perfect, but that was almost prime Jordan.
I think that was the start of when he was becoming unfucking stoppable.
Yeah.
He had been good for a while, but I think it was he'd turned the corner around those years.
Yeah.
I've only got one last thing with the make it, and it's I don't know. I put it in here. The pace of the game is good. The first game I played, I was like, God, it's I must be. I couldn't hit a damn shot to save my life. Spoiler alert: my 10th game I played, couldn't hit a shot to save my goddamn life. I kind of learned a little bit on how to. I just give up on. I'd say that for break it.
I got pretty good at shooting. I mean, I understood to release the button once you was at the peak and everything like that. So,
but I know at one point I was like, man, I must be getting beat by damn 20 points, and I look up and I'm getting beat by 6.
Yeah,
and the whole time the game's moving through, it actually. I mean, if you sat there and you played the game from if it was it didn't feel like as long you were playing it that long as what you actually were. So the pace of it was actually pretty good. It didn't let me get stagnant. Now you can always change the I just went with the default, the timing and quarters and speed of the game. Yeah. But it was actually really good. So and you know, and that probably goes back to like Tecmo Bowl is as well. I didn't feel like my players. I mean, sometimes when they were running in a group, you felt like they were a little slow. But you know, if I have 5, 6 foot, 7 foot dudes running together like that, that's probably how it's gonna be. You know, but the actual movement of the game, the time countdown, the points. Now it's kind of funny when you look at NBA games now. Like my games was like 28-26, like in the mid 20s. Now I wasn't playing full NBA quarters, but it's kind of funny. Like fucking NBA teams score that in 1 quarter nowadays. You know. Yeah,
it's very fast paced nowadays, and I did like the fact that you can go into the options menu and change the speed of the game if you want it to feel faster, slower, however you wanted to do it. Did you manage to find out how to dunk?
Like with a cutscene?
Yeah.
No, I never got a cutscene. My guy would go up and it would look like a dunk, but I don't know if it was like technically like a finger roll or whatever. Yeah. But I never got one where it's like double dribble or
yeah.
I never got one of those.
I didn't either. I never got a cut.
I don't know that there was one.
There should. It's Tecmo.
You would think if goddamn Double Dribble did it on NES. I mean, and it was okay on that. But I mean, I remember it now. I just remember going.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I found out how to dunk. Like, there was a cutscene, there was a little thing where my dude jumped up and dunked it, and you saw the rim, and he gave a little bounce. But
I don't know that I even did that. They may have did that to me, but there's a lot of fucking blocks.
Oh yeah,
like computer crime. I couldn't even get a goddamn block. I just let the computer play fucking defense. I just run around and I'd kind of back off in the lane. And I'm like, all right, bring it in, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll jump up for a rebound.
Yes. So I've not got anything more in the making of this.
No, I'm good.
All right, so I'm going to come into a. Here's a big one that I did not like. And this is kind of like basic, but. Well, okay. There's actually 2 things here. I'm going to go with the first thing is the HUD, the heads up.
Yeah.
Not even really that. I guess it was just like your cursors. I didn't like it. It was confusing.
Yeah.
So like when you look at it, you've got your guy that you're playing as, and then there's other cursors. Now, I would think that for the most part, this is maybe your passing lane or whatever, but you even had that on defense.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know. Sometimes it was kind of confusing to tell who the fuck you were, you know? And,
you had like a 1 and a C or...
And you know, to kind of go in with that, I guess I'm neutral on it. I'm glad it was licensed. But a lot of times when my guy got the ball, I kind of, in today's day and age, you kind of get used to seeing down below it says Pippen or Grant or Kemp. I played as the Bulls a lot, if you can't tell. But it would say at the bottom left, which was weird. So it was like,
Yeah, it wasn't underneath the actual person.
And that, so the screen was a little confusing. For some reason, my big guys were always catching it out on the damn 3-point line.
Yeah, they weren't under the paint.
You get in that fucking paint, motherfucker.
Yeah, like, you big for a reason. You get in there.
And then you put it all in there. Like, maybe you say it's confusing. You had the multiple cursors as for the passing lanes. Passing was weird, man.
Yeah, I hate passing.
The first pass that I fucking took was I inbounded it, and then I just went to pass it, and I threw it 3/4 the length of the court to nobody. It went straight under the basket, out of bounds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I did taper down greatly the fact of me throwing a fucking ball out of bounds for no reason, just throwing it out of bounds. So I kind of watched myself on that and tried not to make, full court passes, but then sometimes I could. I'd catch him sleeping. My guy would be running back. So I don't know. The passing was weird.
Yeah. And that's a testament because nowadays and age, whenever you do any type of passing, you typically hold the pass button and it highlights a character. You know, like square, circle, X, R1, L1, and that's who you throw it to.
I do feel like I got a lot of little nitpicky shit with this. Okay. I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'm just going to go with this.
All right.
I don't like hearing the fucking whistle every 3 fucking seconds.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of whistles.
That was annoying as fuck.
Every time it goes out of bounds. Every time there's anything, there's a goddamn whistle. And I was kind of over that. And it's not even just the whistle, it's the whistle at the cutscene.
Yep,
My God, they fucking cutscene the shit out of that ref.
Yeah.
And even though if you probably knew how to play this game great, and this was maybe your favorite game, and like maybe me and you were playing it, that it wouldn't be as noticeable because we could reach over and grab a drink of beer or something like that, you know. But it was kind of fucking annoying.
It was highly annoying.
I don't know why this game constantly lets me run out of bounds. Like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
There is nobody in NBA or college that just purposely runs out of bounds.
Yeah.
Like, I get it when the ball's bouncing, you can jump out of bounds and throw it. I understand when there's a rebound or somebody pushes you, you might step on the fucking line. Yeah. But I can guarantee that I never in my life seen somebody just dribbling and dribble it all the way in the goddamn stands. Yeah. Like, why do you let me do that? Yeah. Like, there should be a fucking boundary.
Hey. No escape. You can fall out the fucking mat by hitting down and B.
I guess that's it.
Why?
So, yeah. I don't know how many times I fucking dribbled out of bounds. A lot of times I'm sitting there playing fucking defense. My dude got the damn rebound. I didn't know it, and I ran out of goddamn bounds.
Yeah.
In fairness, the computer went out of bounds a few times as well, but I could have completely did, just like NBA Jam. I'm not keep comparing. It's just NBA Jam did this correctly.
They kept you from running.
They kept you from running out of bounds.
Yeah.
So, the other part, let's just talk about shit that I don't know how to do.
Is that how you have it labeled? Shit I don't know how to do?
No, but that's just kind of what I'm coming to. It's like, I don't really know how to do anything in this game very good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help you. Like, okay, how do you steal the ball on a regular basis? I just go over there. So I hit one button, and then all of a sudden it's foul.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try my L&Rs. Oh, that's just a goddamn shove. That is the NBA Jam shove. Why do you even have this in a fucking game? I know, like, you could foul somebody toward the end, but, like, come on.
Yeah.
I would so there was still at least maybe one button that wasn't used. Let me use the L&R as goddamn turbos or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to... Let me have a little sprint action.
I did forget to mention in the Make It that you can set up plays and you can do your subs.
Oh, I did too.
You can really micromanage it in the Make It. But what sucks is if the break it part, if you're not going to give me a fucking turbo, at least give me an option to run my fucking plays.
Yep.
Or give me like... I don't know, a hot menu for something.
Yeah. Let me be able, as I'm walking the ball down the court, go 3, 3, 3. That tells you we're running play 3.
Yeah, or highlight a mismatch or something like that. Now, at the end of the day, too,
it's an older game.
But, I just randomly stand there. Like, I literally try to steal, and it's a goddamn foul.
Yep.
I don't even know. I try to go down the lane. It's a fucking foul. And I will say, it kind of hangs before you foul. And you're like, okay, I kind of get it. I probably did charge this guy. But you know what? You can't really just goddamn deke him and then go. You're just like trying to angle it. Yeah, I'm over here doing old school Tecmo Bowl trying to go in a fucking angle.
Yeah, there's no ball handling skills at all.
Yes. So it's pretty vanilla.
Yeah.
So I just randomly, it would say goddamn ball stolen. I don't know that I ever stole it. Maybe it was the damn computer, but I guess you just step into a passing lane. Who fucking knows? While we're on talking about shit that I don't fucking know how to do, is I'm just going to say it right here. I have no fucking idea how the shooting mechanic works. I understand. You jump, you release it at the peak of your jump, and hopefully swish. I can tell you, I've had... I maybe hit 1 3-pointer a game. I just give up on 3-pointers. And I don't even fucking shoot inside the 3-point line. I'm going goddamn layups and slams.
Yeah, going paint.
And because I've had it ahead of the people, and I damn shoot it, and it goes, and then there's really no skill on the rebounds. It's just kind of dumb luck.
Yeah, it's just jump.
It's a fucking mess. It's a fucking mess. I mean, it's kind of funny when you're playing it. It's not like it rages you. It's so bad.
It's just panic mode.
It's just like, oh, okay, well, let's see what happens. Oh, I got it. Like, there's...
Throw it back up.
Like, I did accidentally shoot one the length of the court. This was pretty cool. And it, like, fucking hit and banged out, and my dude was trailing it, and he caught it at, like, the fucking foul line, nobody around him, and then he comes in. I'm like, yeah, let's do that more often. Just let me shoot it down.
Just sling it. And here's my other thing. Where's my alley-oop button?
Well,
that's an NBA Jam, buddy. You can call a play, and dude will run and jump up, and you can just gun it at him like a QB, like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, well, that might be what NBA Jam does do it. Like, you got to get better, Tecmo.
You do, like I said.
Okay. Here's one. This one pisses me off, and you're gonna. I was gonna say this makes sense, George, but then I'm gonna tell you why it fucking doesn't. Holding the shoot button constitutes as a goddamn travel.
Yep.
So you would say, hey, dumb fuck. Shoot the fucking ball. Don't. You should know this. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Until I'm going for a goddamn slam dunk, and I'm trying to get a fucking cutscene, and I'm holding it, my dude goes, yeah, and then goes, travel. It's like, what the fuck? Like, the love of God.
You took one too many steps.
Well, I'm like, I'm there. I should not have to release a button when my dude is like this above the goddamn rim. And that pissed me off to no end. That would really chap my ass. That was 40 grit sandpaper across my ass right there. So I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
You gotta let go of it.
Now, it didn't really bother me when I was shooting a jump shot that I wasn't going to hit. But it was like, come on, man. I'm like fucking going in there. I'm like pretending like I got pressurized buttons where he'll just rip the goddamn rim off. Yeah. Did not work that way.
Yeah, you wanted to break. Was it? Okay. Was it NBA Jam where you could destroy the rim?
Yes.
It was? Like,
yes.
Okay. Because I couldn't remember if it was that or if it was a version of Tecmo NBA. Okay.
I don't know that you can or not break. I would imagine that you cannot break the backboard in this, but NBA Jam you could because the dude would slam it and he'd fall on
the glass. Yeah. So that's what I was remembering. I was remembering that. I couldn't remember if that was Tecmo or not because of the simple fact that Tecmo's football games are fantastic with that.
Which brings me into the next thing. Okay, so they did Ninja Gaiden, they did some Monster Rancher, some RPG stuff, and you know I don't think Tecmo's like no superpower. It's just what they did good. Like Ninja Gaiden's
they
really
done great.
Fucking good.
Yeah, they done great.
You can't. I would think that Tecmo Bowl on NES, anybody my age, is probably in their top 10, top 20 games of all time. Like, I mean, it's hard to beat that. There's memories
rules.
In it.
Yeah, there's rules.
It was just so much better than everything else. Even though I ain't played Tecmo in a minute. I ain't played Super Tecmo. I'm fucking fired up for Super Tecmo.
Yeah.
And they may not be that good, but at the time, it was just they were on a pedestal because they were so much better.
Yeah.
So
rules where you can't choose Bo Jackson.
Yes, and so at the end of this, I feel like this game is more of like, I don't know how Tecmo got the fucking football so right.
But the NBA so
this
bad.
felt like it was kind of like a tester to see what it would do. And you know, it's not fucking horrible. I mean, there's going to be worse NBA games that we play. And I mean, there's stuff that this game's better at than NBA Live. I didn't really kind of like the isometric view on NBA Live.
No, I hated that.
I like this kind of old school.
Yeah, the sides, yeah.
And some of the movement and stuff was good. To me, it was like the whole shooting mechanic, the shooting still, and like the actual mechanics was kind of off on this. But I felt like this was like I was almost playing like a demo or like a mobile game that was free, like where you can buy players or something like that. Like I don't know, something felt like it was just missing.
Yeah, it was lacking something.
And I would imagine that they probably released Super Tecmo Bowl. I don't know this, but I know Tecmo Bowl was out before this, and Super Tecmo Bowl probably came out before this. And they were probably like, hey, this is such a hit. Let's
see what we can do.
Yeah, because they're not a sports team, a sports company,
No, they just done really good on the football version.
I've got in here, too, that to me, I'm not really sure how good you can get at this game. So, I'm better at it now than when I started. But I don't think that if you had played this game 3 hours every day, and then I came in never playing it, I don't know that you would beat me by 50 points.
Oh, no.
I don't know if there's like a rubber banding mechanic to it or not, but like I feel like, and I guess it's kind of like how real NBA is, anybody can win on any given day, but I don't know, I feel like you don't get the reward. I mean, you can get decent at this game in my opinion, but I don't think maybe you can become a master, but it's just not as easy a path.
I doubt
I think there's a lot of luck and probably rubber banding in this, but I'm just not real sure that in a game like this, it's like, well, maybe I'm just complaining because it's a good game and I didn't get good. I don't think you could get. I don't think this is a get good game.
No, I don't think it is a get good game because I played it multiple times and I tried to start a season just to see what would happen, like see if there was any type of injuries, like loan preventing injuries or anything like that. Like nowadays sports games,
Tecmo Super Bowl I had injuries in it.
Yeah, and that's why I was playing. I played about 4 games, no long-term injuries, no anything like that. I don't think I had a single injury yet in that. And it literally felt like I was, of course, the Boston Celtics. I won my first 3 games, lost my 4th, lost my 5th, then won my 6th and 7th. And that was about as far as I made it.
And what you saying, that the replayability of it, that's one I haven't marked down, but it's very repetitive.
Yeah.
It's the same thing over and over.
For any sports game. It's the downfall to any sports games. The only time sports games like this is fun is nowadays whenever we used to run a Madden franchise.
I think in this one, too, that this one is... This would have been This game would have been more fun to play versus each other. I think, because my defense was lacking, and I could understand me just pulling back and staying in the damn paint, trying to get a rebound or block anybody coming in might make it easier to shoot a 3-point shot or a jump shot. Yeah. So I think and it was probably more fun of us yelling and cussing each other the whole time, kind of like when we played the fucking soccer game together. So that's kind of a downfall. Is this game I think is probably better as a 2-player game.
It's better as a couch game.
Now, it did have kind of the weird thing, which is probably tip of the hat. You could technically play a whole season with all 27 teams.
You can.
Because you did not have 27 controllers, obviously, that can plug into it. I believe it was a multi-tap game where you could play player.
Yeah,
Fever. 2 on each side,
yeah, 2v2, I mean.
I believe that was the case, but either way, you selected your teams and then it kind of came up like as a sim. I think you actually could watch games in this one without even playing it or it being the team you pick, so you could technically watch a whole season of games.
Yeah, I didn't try that.
The last thing I got, and this is probably going to be
the biggest.
Yeah, the biggest. Now, to put this in, this is kind of fun fact, but not really. I've got one decent fun fact in here that is only going to be fun because I know you don't know one part of this fun fact. This is the only NBA game that Tecmo ever made.
Oh,
so
okay.
They did not make another one. Now, when I say that, they made this, this Super Tecmo was released on the Genesis and Super Nintendo. There was a Tecmo basketball on the NES, which was the NES version of this. So this game was made for them 3 systems.
Yeah, and that was it.
And technically, Super Tecmo was only on 2 systems. So for what that's worth. But the problem is, I think some of it is Tecmo's success. and some of it. So there's two things that we've constantly compared this to. When you say Tecmo, I don't even say Ninja Gaiden or anything.
No,
when
it's
you say
football.
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, it's Tecmo Bowl.
And then the next thing you say when we're playing a damn game, if I say we're going to play a Tecmo Bowl style basketball game, you're going to say, is it like NBA Jam?
Yeah.
So the problem is it's not as good as Tecmo Bowl, which isn't its fault because it's a different game.
Yeah.
And it's not as good as NBA Jam, which once again is not its fault because it's a different type of, not that game. But I think at that point, they kind of got bought. I think it was probably a very smart move. I mean, there was some promise in this, but I think it was a smart move that this was probably the only NBA
Just
game.
the one.
Yeah, this isn't going to be the worst NBA game we play by far. But yeah, I'm constantly thinking while I play this game of NBA Jam and Tecmo Bowl. Now, when we played NBA Live, I did not. I think it was maybe the cut scenes or something, but like I felt like NBA Live was more of a simulation basketball game.
Yeah, I didn't even think of NBA Jam during that time frame.
So this one, I think when you had a little bit more cartoony animations and stuff like that, it kind of gave me more of an NBA Jam vibe. And it just wasn't as good as either one of them. And I think that's the biggest problem with it, even though it really wasn't its fault.
Yeah. It was just I don't want to say bad timing, but there was already... Tecmo already made a great football game, and that's hard to live up to the hype to. And then, like I said, NBA Jam, to me, is the best basketball game on the SNES. Because it was the most fun.
Oh, yeah. And I don't even know that Tournament Edition NBA Jam. I like the original.
Yeah, same.
Tournament you could turn on where you could hit like 8-point shots.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Screw that.
But I kind of like the.
I like the classic.
I've got nothing left on my heart for it, Josh. I've aired my grievances and I've gave my trials and my tribulations with this game.
Yeah,
Do you have anything that you want to add?
No, you covered it.
I've got one fun fact. I've got a couple of reviews. And speed run and price charting and then ranking. So do you want reviews or do you want fun fact?
Let's do a review.
Alright. So a review from nanogamer.com said the biggest issue with the game was constant fouling, poorly timed screens, and errant passes.
Yeah.
I agree with all three of
Yeah,
those.
that makes sense.
Sportsvideogamereviews.com. Boy, they really niched it down to sportsvideogamereviews.com.
Yeah.
They stated that the players behave like machines and simply pass the ball around until you find an open jump shot. Add all those up and it becomes obvious this was more of a task than a fun activity. I don't even know that I really got an open jump shot.
No, I never did.
Around.
Passing was dangerous in its own right.
That was pretty much it. So, like, it did not get... I felt like the reviews were probably a little harsh because it wasn't even, like... It was reviewed pretty poorly, and I didn't think it was that bad of a game. Like,
No.
It's not a great game. It's a middle-of-the-road game.
Yeah.
Maybe a back half of the middle of the road, but, like, we played some bad games.
Yeah, I played some bad games.
So, it has not washed the taste of the Untouchables out of my mouth.
Nope.
So, I guess it can't be that bad.
By the way, if you go watch Brave New World in movie theaters right now, if you show up a little early at Regal, they do a Turner Classic movie highlight. The Untouchables is one of the reels.
Did you immediately hate it?
I looked at it and go, fuck that.
Did you think of a shitty Super Nintendo
I did.
game?
I thought of a shitty Super Nintendo game.
Alright, fun fact. Super Nintendo version, the Genesis version, did not have Michael Jordan or Reggie Lewis. The Super Nintendo version had them as selectable characters. In the Genesis version, they called it Guard Bulls and Forward Celtics. So, there's nothing in common why Michael Jordan and Reggie Lewis. It's not like they have a combined reason why. Like, they have two separate reasons. And
one of them didn't want to be on the Sega.
Michael Jordan, this was one of the last games of this era. Like, I think in the new games you can buy, he's in there. But, like, Jordan just basically, I guess, part of the players' agreement, he's like, yeah, I'm not getting paid enough money. Don't use my name. So in a lot of games, it's just guard forward, or Bulls forward, or Bulls guard. I'm sorry. So there's a lot of games where he's not even in it, or it's a generic name because he's like, you've got to pay me more to use my name.
Yeah.
But Reggie Lewis, you've probably never heard of Reggie Lewis, have you?
No.
Reggie Lewis played basketball for the University of Tennessee.
Okay.
And I'm gonna guess why he is not used is he. Let me pull it up here to make sure that I do not completely butcher this, but I believe it was in practice. He died.
Oh, really?
Yes. Actually, I may have lied to you. That is... He played for Northeastern. He did not play for Tennessee. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Reggie that plays football.
Reggie Bush.
No, he did. Well, not for Tennessee. So what ended up happening was he died, I believe, he was during an off-season practice. So my guess is either the family did not want his name in there, or they probably said, hey, this dude died. We probably shouldn't put him in a game that of this upcoming season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's kind of weird that them are the two players, because you say, what's the correlation between Michael Jordan and Reggie Lewis? It is
one's alive,
no correlation.
One's alive and one's not?
Yes. One of them basically said, hey, you put my name in there brings more money. I need more, and I don't want to be licensed. I mean, Jordan was completely fine. It wasn't like he's just like, just don't leave me the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
But Reggie Lewis actually died, and that is why.
Okay.
With that being said, Josh, do you want to know, speedrun, I guess, is up next?
Yeah.
All right. So, there is only 4 entries, all of them American, which isn't, well, I was going to say isn't uncommon because it's an American game, but it is technically a pure international game. Like, the international players now is just as good, if not better, than current NBA players, so definitely not back in 1993. You probably had like Detlef Schrempf, Vlade Divac. They were the only ones I can recall that were playing from overseas. But it's kind of surprising. There's 4 speed runs. All 4 of them are from the United States. One's from New Jersey. One's from Ohio. One's from Michigan. And one's from Denver. So there is no Southerners. So the rules is win a game.
Just win a game.
The speed to win a game. And I will tell you that did
they get to turn on fast pace?
I don't know. The rules is must be played on man versus computer mode. Timing starts on the second team selection in preseason or game start in season mode. Timing ends when the clock hits 0 in the fourth quarter, so it does not say. Well, however it is, they are playing this the same because the first place person to the last place person is exactly 30 seconds. So they are all
they're neck and neck.
The first speed run turned in was 2 years ago, and the other 3 were in 1 year.
So, I mean, the average time length of a quarter period or whatever it's called in NBA is what? 12?
Yeah, it depends. It's 12, 15 minutes. I think it's 15 minutes.
I was about to say, is it 15?
But I'm going to imagine that the time or the speed's turned all the way up on this. So
that's what I was thinking. So my average guess would have been, if it was the way it is, 15 minutes, nothing's been messed with or futzed with, you're looking at about an hour. But if the thing's turned up on this...
Like, I don't know. I think a game that I played was probably about 12, 15 minutes.
But I say that was
me just taking my time.
Yeah, that was it for me. I think it was like 12, 15 minutes. I'm going to say like 750.
Joe Polito is in 4th place. He completed it in 6 minutes, 45 seconds.
Okay.
Aaron 2U2 did it in 6 minutes 20 seconds. He was the original. He's the one that says it can be beat, especially if you can get offensive rebounds. Alien said, might go for sub 6 if I get bored, and played it and did it in 6 minutes 16 seconds. And this is a good name. She's Shardcore. It's hardcore, but with a C, like shard.
Okay.
She's Shardcore.
Okay.
Did it 1 second quicker at 6 minutes and 15 seconds. And said so much went wrong, they'll improve on it later. Now, there's a Genesis version that only one person has did it. It's Aaron 2U2 did it on there 6 minutes and 55 seconds. And he was the one that originally did the other one 2 years ago.
Yes, yeah.
So he actually did the Super Nintendo one like 30 seconds, 35 seconds quicker. So, nothing, there's strategies, he says, that works on Super Nintendo and the NES versions of the game that does not work on the Genesis. So, my guess is you want to go score, and you got to keep the fucking clock running. No fouls, no out of bounds.
Yeah, just got to keep it going.
So,
hold the ball, because there's no shot clock, right?
Well, I couldn't ever keep the ball long enough to find out if there's a shot clock. I was wondering that. But at the end of the day, too, you probably don't take last second shots, because even though the time is over, it follows the shot, so that adds time, too.
Yeah.
So I guess in a perfect world, you'd want to score one and just dribble the ball around if there's not a shot clock.
keep evading.
I feel like there is a shot clock of some sort, just because...
well, the shot clock didn't get brought in until...
Well, I don't think you held the ball long enough, because it's like a 24-second shot clock, and I know I didn't hold it for 24 seconds. But, like, there was a 5-second violation on throwing the ball in. I mean, maybe not. But, either way, there's that. So, let me bring up... even though it's nothing to write home about, it's always fun to have a speed run on a sports game.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm curious. When did...
Shot clock's been home for a while now. I don't know. It ain't like it was invented during this time. But
yeah.
let me look up Tecmo Super. So, I've got it pulled up, Josh. Is there a particular date that you would like to hear the price from?
Give me a second. I'm looking.
Oh, man.
I'm looking at some. Okay, so it did have a shot clock.
I just think the game moved so well.
Yeah. Yeah, it did have a shot clock. 20 seconds. Okay, so... let's do... 2010.
I think we're going to be skewed on the new price of this.
Okay.
And I'll explain why. Whew. Do you want January 2010?
Yeah.
Buckle up. Because this is going to fuck up your equations. In January of 2010, a loose copy went for 87 cents.
Okay.
I bet you weren't expecting that, were you?
I was expecting like maybe...
Just so you know, a loose copy sells once per week, or once per month. Complete once per week, and new 3 times a year.
All right, let's give a 10-year inflation at that.
Okay, January of 2020. $4.39.
Okay. Okay. So, how that? I don't know if that equation works. I don't know if that adds into
I didn't even put this. This should be in your equation. I didn't put this in to make it. You called the fucking shot. You said it was a sports game. I've had it wrote down here to make sure to mention that you said it's going to be a sports game, and it's a sports game. So there should be a called shot multiplier.
No, that doesn't exist.
Well, I don't know. I'm not the mathematician over here, you know.
But you did say this is one of the last games with Jordan's likeness.
Yes.
Before published.
Yes. Now there's some NBA 2K games that
yeah
in it, but
yeah, but I'm talking about Super Nintendo.
Well, during his playing career, this was one of the last ones.
Yeah, so that is a column that I'm adding regardless. So I'm thinking that right now a loose copy is going to go for $10.74.
You're high.
I'm high.
You're high.
Okay. Then let's drop that down to $7.25.
Your loose copy goes for $5.93.
Okay.
Alright, so you got
$5.93.
So here's the complete. Let's see if you can make a living selling one complete per week. So the game is $5.93.
Yep.
A box is $9.99. Only 2 of them sell a year. The manual, they only sell 1 per year, is $3.36.
Well, for one, you don't make enough money to make a living off of this.
Maybe a complete one's $300.
Well, fuck off. I'm going to say that this here is probably going to run about $23 total.
You're pretty close. It's $21.04.
Okay.
A new one. Maybe this isn't skewed, but there's something interesting that should be mentioned when I'm looking at some of the sold shit that Price Charting's listing, because it's very peculiar. A new one. What do you think a crisp one sells for?
I'm just going to times this by 2, and I'm going to say $42.08 pretty much.
You're pretty fucking close. A graded one's $142. $142.50.
Okay.
A brand new one is $44.52.
Okay. My math worked.
Now this might be because I'm looking. There's a new one that sold for $69.99, and there's like this and that. Well, there's like 6 of them in a row that sold for $39 and $49. I click on them, and they have been removed from eBay, even though these have sold in December of 2024. And what makes this very odd is the title of it is new Tecmo Super NBA Basketball 2023/24 SNES Super Nintendo Giannis, LeBron, and more. So somebody is either hacked the game and have created their own players, or they've got a homebrew in this style. Which, at the end of the day, I could understand somebody NBA jamming or whatever, and then putting the new players in so you can play. Kind of like what people did with the NCAA game for years.
Yeah, until the new one came out. Yeah, you keep uploading those rosters.
So when I click on it, all the listings have been removed. So I do not know if this is a file that's uploaded. I don't know if this is a cart. And they're all listed as new. That's the weird thing. So they either would have to be a homebrew, or somebody's been buying $6 carts.
And flipping them.
And installing this, or sending a file to install.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of them that's like that. It's just kind of weird that this would not be a game that I would necessarily... Like, if I was a big LeBron or Giannis or whatever, or Harden or Durant or Wemby or any of these new guys, I think I'd find a better game than Tecmo Super NBA Basketball.
I agree.
No offense to Tecmo.
I would go NBA Jam.
Yeah. So... Which I haven't looked. That just kind of caught me off guard. There probably is an NBA Jam one, too.
Probably.
Well, I don't know. NBA Jam...
Well, they did release a
new code.
They also done a whole new one for the PlayStation, a couple of years back? Like 10 years ago?
Can't remember. So, at the end of the day...
Because in that one, if you've done the Konami code, you unlock everything, but you also got the Beastie Boys as playable characters.
The price is $5.93. We're just going to round it up to $6. Would you rather have this cart or $3, Josh?
I keep the cart just because of how cheap it is.
I would too. It's a cheap game that... for $6, I think the game's better than $6. I figure it's like a $10 game to me. That's your first guess, so I would imagine that's where your mind was on it too. But for $3, you can't find many games for that price.
No, I just keep the card at that.
And you know, to say, hey, you want to? I bet I can take Jordan down with Bird or whatever or Magic.
Yeah.
Magic may have been retired by that point. I didn't play as the Lakers, so I don't know.
I didn't either.
But yeah, it's a fun basketball game.
It is
appropriately priced, $6.
Yep.
So with all that being said, now it's the moment of truth. We've got to rank it. The Mount Rushmore. This is the 5th game.
So something's being knocked off.
Or maybe it never makes it.
No, fuck that.
So, I've got Bust a Move, Joe and Mac, Mech Warrior, Nosferatu. You got Joe and Mac, Bust a Move, Mech Warrior, Nosferatu. We are united on the bottom 2.
Yeah.
So, I guess our top 2 would be the things is this game better than Bust a Move? I feel like Bust a Move is a superior game to this. Is it better than Joe and Mac? I feel like Joe and Mac's a better game than this. So it's definitely in the bottom percentile of this. I think I know where I've got mine. You got Mech Warrior and Nosferatu. Is this game better than Nosferatu, Josh?
Of course.
Yes. Is this game better than Mech Warrior, Josh?
Yeah.
I agree. I think it goes...
I think it's number 3.
It is number 3. Now, like I say, we're a difference in our... let me put this in. Tech. The problem is trying to say Tecmo Super NBA Basketball. And for me not to spell Tecmo, T-E-C-H-M-O.
Yeah.
T-E-C-M-O. Super NBA Basketball. Maybe the worst name of a game that we fucking played.
It's up there. It's not good.
But I do at least have as we talked it out, I don't know of a better name you could have had for it, you know.
Super Tecmo Basketball.
But you paid for the NBA license, so you probably want to throw that in.
Okay, there. Super Tecmo NBA.
Tecmo.
Don't even throw the basketball in there. Because if you don't know what the NBA is, then why are you playing this game?
I don't know, Josh. I don't think that's the right answer. I don't have the right answer, though, so I'm kind of at a stalemate. All right. So it's on Mount Rushmore. Nosferatu.
Tecmo Super NBA.
How do you say Nosferatu?
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, you're out. Fucking horrible game.
Yep.
The only thing that gives me joy out of it is knowing that Kyle is running into the damn castle with his Monster Energy drinks. All right, so do we have any predictions on what we're going to do next, Josh?
I do. I know where I'm going.
Okay, what you got?
License.
You guess a license.
I think it's going to be a licensed game. Like from a movie a show. Yep. Yep, that's what I'm going with.
I'm going to dip back into the well. I've got a specific genre, or it's going to be a sports game.
Okay.
But with it in the middle of all this going on,
Mega Man Soccer.
No, it's going to be an NHL game. As
Wayne Gretzky.
I don't know which one it's going to be, but just with the Four Nations League going on. Between Canada, USA, Finland, and Sweden.
Yeah.
I'm saying we're going to get a fucking hockey game.
Okay.
If not, I'm going to stick with sports. But hockey.
Hockey is the hit.
Yep.
Okay.
So, coming back at you next week, we have hit the halfway point of the season. We're dropping number 76 next week.
Yeah.